All right, we're going to do a video analysis here for Daniel. Early in the program right now, let's see what action steps he's taken from his last analysis. Not the biggest fan of this angle, but we're going to make it work because I could already tell a couple cues I could give you. So let's just take him through once to see what we have. All right, solid. So here we go. Got leg lift right here. Now what I don't like is the way your arm is coming out. Arm path is going to be something that might be a little frustrating in the beginning, but you really have to trust it. This again might also be the camera angle, but from the looks of it right here, when you're coming out of leg lift, Daniel, it looks like your arm is going behind you instead of down. So you end up in a position here where you have a straight arm, where your arm is literally going this way and your body wants to go this way. So that puts like some negative tension, some negative stress right here on the arm, because then as you'll see as we progress through it, now you have to pull your arm up into the spot, and from here you can get some arm drag. From here to here, it gets a little too rotational up top, if that makes sense. Hard to explain with this camera angle, but just some food for thought, because I know this is something we'll continue to talk about. So arm path wise, I really want you to focus on getting down to the pocket, leading with the elbow up, and then letting your natural arm slot take place. Because from right here, that arm slot, which is obviously your natural arm slot, is pretty good. I like it. So I'm not going to tell you to change your arm slot, but how we get to that point definitely needs to change if we want to maximize our potential, our velocity, our health, all that stuff. So again, this position right here, upper body wise, I'm not a fan of, right? Just from the standpoint of the throwing arm. So keep that in mind. This position though, upper body, otherwise, right? Looks like your eyes are on target, which is good. Looks like everything's going towards home plate, which is good. The back leg is nice and loaded, which is awesome. And it looks like the front side is pretty strong, as you're eventually going to point towards home plate as well. So all that stuff is good. Now, what I don't like, and I know we spoke about this on our last analysis, is the front leg. Again, a little hard from this angle. I know you're going to get me another video soon. But the front leg seems to be reaching forward. If we take a look at it over here, reaching forward. And now you're in a position here where your hips are open, right? Because you could see by your foot, like right here, your hips are closed. You immediately open your hips by getting this front foot going towards home plate, but your back leg is still loaded. So that's a lot of leakage of energy. And then by the time you land and you try to turn this over here to rotate your hips, it's just not as efficient as it would be. Right? So we want to try and be as closed as possible with the front leg for as long as possible, and then explode through the back hip forward and get good rotation. Now, when you hit front foot strike, you're in a decent spot, which tells me that you definitely have potential to do this, right? So you're here, boom, front foot strike, hips are starting to face home plate. Definitely need to work on that mobility, get you a little bit more open where you need to be. You look a little restricted just from this angle right here. And the shoulders are facing first base. So that's a good sign, because that means that you're getting some tension in the midsection, because then you'll see as we continue, we get the twisting here. The problem with the arm path though is because you went from straight arm, you went from straight arm back to then trying to bend it in, the arm path becomes a little too rotational, which causes arm drag. But the rotation from your body looks pretty good, right? Like I said, some good potential there. Now, as we release, looks like you're getting pretty good extension, really good actually. You're extending and finishing down. Boom, right there. We definitely have to work on that front leg, stability, strength and stability, because you're producing some power forward. And then as you can see, as your energy comes through the baseball and through your body, you're not totally stabilizing on that front leg, right? We're not seeing that front leg lock out. We're seeing you land, and then it even looks like that heel's coming up a little bit. Could be wrong. Again, just based on the angle. But it looks like that heel comes up a little bit rather than slamming on that heel and sticking it and getting all that energy going in the baseball. All right, so some action steps I want you to take. Definitely work on the arm path. That's first and foremost. When you're here, I want you to go right down to the pocket. I don't want you going straight out, right? Because you're going straight out right here. This is not what we want. Okay, let's continue to work on our mobility. Continue to work on our strength to get that front leg especially stronger. And then rotational power-wise, as we get more mobile and stronger in that front leg, we got to start snapping this hip a lot faster. And that's going to help us multiply our velocity, especially with a stronger arm path. So you got a lot to work with here, my man. Keep working. Let me know if you have any questions.